Hello, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. For today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to knit this hat. As you can see, the knits are done giant. So I'm going to call this the giant knit hat. This is just a regular knit and purl, the rib, the brim area, and you can make it as wide as you want. So just cast on around your head area. Just measure your head and cast it on. For this tutorial, I will be using the brunette saver, this yarn, and I'm doing 2-ply because I don't have any in my stash that are thick yarn that is plain. I do have other colorfuls, but unfortunately it's hard to show when you're doing the demonstration. So you need 2 4-weight yarn to knit this hat. So what I did is for this hat I cast on total of 39 stitches, but I think it's a bit I noticed it's a bit small for my head, which my head is 23 around inches when I measure it. So I tried to figure out, I believe this would be about a 20 inches around for small heads. Like everyone has a different measurements when you measure your head. When you were born up till you grow up, every head is different. So just measure your head. For this tutorial, I'm going to cast on 41 stitches. It has to be odd numbers. Okay, so cast on the length that you want to for your head. For me, I'm going to cast on total of 41 stitches, and you need a big knitting needle. I've been using knitting circular needles forever, over 10 years. I had lots and lots, so I just gave them away or donated or sold them, I can't remember. So for this tutorial I'm going to be using this, and I believe this is a 7 millimeter knitting needle. Okay, so I'm going to cast on total of 41 stitches. It's very easy and it goes fast. Okay, so I'm just gonna double 2-strand my yarn. So I need the thickness about I would say 5 to 6 weight yarn. If you have that, that would be great, but if you don't, just double 2-stranded and you're okay to go. So you will have the same look, same gigantic and super soft and smooshy. Okay, so let me just move this so you won't get distracted. Okay, so I'm just going to cast on just a regular, the way you cast on, long tail, whichever you like. Okay, so cast on, and I will be back. If you don't know how to cast on, please check my tutorials. If you write down cast on, I have several methods how to cast on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have cast on total of 41 stitches. Like I said, this hat is 39 stitches. It does stretch, but it's not like it's a bit tight on my head. So I would say that would be between 20 to 22 inches for heads, and I'm a 23, so hopefully this will work. 41 stitches, and like I said, measure your head, and then it has to be odd numbers that you need to cast on. So this is the right side of the work. The tails is always on our left side when we're holding the right side of the work, but we have to start from the wrong. But when we do that, the first stitch has to be knit, not purl, knit. So yarn on the back and we knit, and then follow on, we do purl, knit, purl, just like this for 6 rows. Like I said, if you want wider, like higher than what I have knit, you're welcome to do that. But for this particular hat, it's 6 rows. You knit, 1 knit, 1 purl, just like this. Yarn on the front, yarn on the front, yarn on the back. So this is the rib, just a regular rib we're knitting for 6 rows. So I'm going to let you, like I said, but you need to start with the knit, because the front has to be starting with a purl stitch. Yarn on the front like this, and then after 6 rows I will show you how to create those giant knit stitches. We're just knitting with the regular 7. I know some people have a hard time knitting with big needles like I do. My wrists hurt, and I think this would be perfect to give that same look on how to knit giant. And this would be perfect for blankets, throws. And you just knit like this. I just wanted to show you, so when I come all the way to the end, I will show you the right side of the work. One knit, 1 purl. Sometimes it's tough to knit with 2 strands. Like I said, if you have thick yarn, you are welcome to knit with them. Okay, so 1 purl, 1 knit. Okay, so I finished this row, and then I'm turning my work. So I'm going to start with the purl yarn on the front. This is very important. The first stitch has to be a purl stitch, and you continue knitting 1 knit, 1 purl, rib stitch, and then I will meet you. So this is the second row, so 4 more rows. I will come back to show you how to do our increases, and then how this hat becomes this fluffy and soft, squishy. Okay, so I have knit a total of 6 rows, and as you can see, this is the right side of the work. The tail is on the left side. Okay, so like I said, if you want it wider, like the brim, you can knit two more rows, 8 rows, 10 rows. It depends on what you like, but 6 rows is enough to knit a hat. Okay, so for this, what we're going to do is you're gonna knit the first stitch as purlwise, yarn on the front, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go yarn over, so we're increasing, and you're gonna knit this stitch, just a regular knit, and then we're gonna do another yarn over, but this way, because we're going to purl this stitch, just to show you. And then we're going to go yarn over and then knit, again yarn over, but this way, purl, yarn over, this way, knit, yarn over, purl. So we're going to do this all the way to the end, and I will meet you at the end, and we will start the next row. Oh, I forgot to yarn over. Don't forget, we need those yarn over. That's the main thing to create the giant knit stitch. Just like this. And I'll meet you at the end, and you will notice that you will have lots of stitches on your needle, but nothing to worry about. Okay, so I'm at the end. So I did my knit. I'm going to do my purl, the last stitch. So this is the right side. Okay, so we're here on the wrong side. What we need to do is I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit a country girl. Sorry about that. Okay, sometimes these songs come to my head and then I have to say it. Okay, so the first knit, the knit stitch, you can knit it or you can just slide it, and the next three are purl. So the yarn overs that we did are purl, just like this. Knit stitch, and the three are purl yarn on the front. Yarn on the front, just like this. Let me just have this yarn over here. Knit stitch, purl 3. So we're going to be knitting total of 16 rows this way. And when you turn your back, well, the purl stitches that you do is you knit them, and the knit stitch you do is you do the opposite, what you see on the front. So total of 16 rows. And then when we come back, that's when we start doing the magic. So 16 rows. But again, if you want this higher, like a slotchy, you can knit 18, 20, 22, depends on how long you want your hat to be. But for a brim, 16 inches is perfect. So I'm going to let you crochet all the way, total of 16 rows. It's going to take a while because we did the yarns over. There's going to be a lot of knitting involved. And I will let you crochet. When I come back, I will show you how to do the magic trick on making the giant knit stitch look. Just like this. You can even use a roving yarn, like roving yarn. That would be perfect for this hat. Nice and squishy. Would look perfect. So I'm going to let you knit, and I will be back to show you how to create it. 3 knit, 1, I'm sorry, 3 purl, 1 knit, 3 purl, 1 knit on the wrong side. I finished the first row, so I am on the second row. I just wanted to show you. Okay, so the last stitch I did is knit stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to purl. I usually don't knit the first stitch, and then knit 3 stitches, purl 1. So this is going to be the front of the work. Well, this is the front of the work. Knit 3 stitches, purl 1. It's very easy and fast way to finish a hat. Purl 1, knit 3. Purl 1, knit 3. So this is the second row. I have 14 more rows to go, so I will let you knit, and I will be back how to finish the hat and then do the magic trick. It's really fun. Yeah, these hats that I'm working on, as I did the video about, it's going to go to the homeless. So I'm trying to figure out the fastest way to knit them, because Friday this lady who messaged at knitting, Edmonton Knitting and Crochet Group, she posted it. So she's coming to pick it up. That would be great. And if you have a last minute gift to make, this would be perfect. And it looks fantastic, don't you think so? So I will be back to show you the magic trick, and we're going to finish it up. Okay, so I just want to go over on this hat. I did 16 rows. I knitted 16. So I went ahead and I have knitted total of 18 on this one. I want this to be a little bit taller. And you will notice that it's going to be very tough. But when we do the magic, what we're going to do right now, it's going to be super soft. And I just noticed that I did not knit with the one strand of yarn. But that's okay. Nothing to worry about. So what you need is you need another needle, which I have a circular needle. So what we're going to do, this is the wrong side of the work, like the long tail is here, and this is the working tail. So let me just move this. So what we're going to do is knit stitch. We're going to move this to this, not that. And what we're going to do is, I may put a marker because I was counting the rows. What we're going to do is we're going to let go the 3 stitches, which are purl stitch, and the knit stitch, we're going to put it back here. Okay, so we're going to do the same, the purl stitch, the wrong, we're going to let it go, and the knit stitch, we're going to save it. Let go the 3 stitch, save the knit stitch. Let go the 3 stitch, save. Let go the 3 stitch, save the knit stitch. Okay, I just need to remove this from here. Let go the 3 stitch. So we're going to go do this all the way to the end. And I will meet you at the end, because there's lots of stitches here. It's very tough, but now it's going to be super soft. Okay, so I'm letting go the last 3 stitches and saving the last knit. Okay, so turning my work, or you can do it this way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside. You need a crochet hook. It's very handy, something like this, the biggest that you got. I think mine is I believe mine is a 9mm crochet hook, USN. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, okay, I just need to pull this little frog these. Yeah, this is the fun part. This is the best part ever. Hi! Yay! This is all you do. Well, let's do it one at a time, so we'll finish one piece at a time. Okay, but before we do that count, we need total of 2. Remember, I did 2 strands, so you need to count 4. We need 4 each. So 4 like this, 4 like this, 4 like this, 4 like this. It's easier to count. 2, okay, and then here we got the, I forgot to frog these last 2. Okay, so hold this last, we need that last one. Okay, so I turned it to the right side of my work, so this is the right side. The long tail is on my left side, and the working yarn is on my left side. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is just try to be comfortable. So we need total of, well, if you're doing 2 strands, you need 4, like this. If you're working with just a regular 1 strand, then you just need 2. So we need to grab 2. So this is how we're going to pull it. Oops, sorry, I went down again. Okay. Or you can use your finger, but the crochet hook helps a lot. It's just easy. It's easy for it to slide it. Just do a knit stitch. Okay. The beginning is sometimes hard, but and then you go to the next. You grab the two rows and you just pull it just like this, and then you go to the next 2. You grab the 2 like this and you pull it, and then you go to the next 2. I hope I have 2, 2, 2. That is supposed to be 2, 2, 2. Okay. See, I grabbed it wrong. Can you see? Yeah, just have this one has to go first, not this. I picked the top one. It happens. Just be careful. Okay, like this. Grab it. And go to the next. The first is a little bit challenging because I'm at the edge here. Go to the next 2. Go to the next. Go to the next, and then you will see how soft it's going to be. Go to the next 2 and the last 2. Ta-da! We did the first one. Okay, so pull this needle back. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide these here and then grab the other one. Okay, so we're going to repeat this. Wow, it's becoming so nice. Just pull it like this. Look how nice it looks. Oh, I missed one. See? Just be careful not to miss one. Then that means that I need to go 1 row down because we need 2, 2. Yep. So what I can do is, I don't want to miss this, so I'll put this needle here on this. Okay, I'm going to go back. So let me see. So I'm going to frog all the way down. Yeah, just be careful not to miss, and then go back and check if you missed any. Okay. So 2, 2, 2. We need 2, 2, 2 to give this nice V. So 2. I'm going to go 1 more. Okay. Now. Okay, so I'm grabbing this. Grab the 2, 2. This first one is very challenging. The rest goes very better and it's fun. Just not to miss. See, can you see the two? These two, you need to grab these. Okay, and then the next two, that's like the 2 row. So what we're doing is we have frogged it, and now we're picking up, you know, when you lose a stitch and then it goes, you know, it ravels, it goes down, and then you pick up a stitch. The trick is we're doing the same thing, but we're picking up 2 rows at a time to give this gigantic knit stitch look. And then okay, here we are. Here's the 2. Okay, go to the next. Maybe this would be faster. See, it's going better. This is my second time knitting this hat, the one that I already did. So the more, I guess, the more you knit, the better you become. And it does knit up fast. Well, if you're a beginner, sometimes you get challenged like what I'm doing now. Yeah. And this is like, I'm making these for men usually, homeless females. It's easy to make for females. Like, there's lots of patterns out there for females, but for men, oh my goodness, did I miss one? Nope, I didn't. Good. Just double checking. So I'm going to put this, oh, that one became gigantic. Yeah, that will be fixed later. So save this one. We don't want to lose that. Save it. Or you can get a safety pin. All those oh, when you need them, you can't find them, right? It's like all over the place, but when you need them, they're hard to find. Let me see if here we go. I find the small one. Well, at least that will save a little bit. Let me just hold these here because I don't want to lose these stitches. Okay, so let me have it sit there. Okay, so I'm going to move this one to this needle as well. Oh my goodness. What do you think about this stitch? Do you like it? So I am going to move this purl stitch, well, I'm at the front of the work, to this stitch, and then I'm going to, oh, where did it go? Here we go. Still need this. Oh, no. Okay, save that one. Okay, so I'm going to work on this while we finish this one. I'm going to work on this. The best part is frogging, believe me, ripping it apart. Here we go. Okay, I didn't count, but let me see. Okay. Want to lose the stitch, so I'll put my crochet hook, and I'm just going to count like 2 rows at a time. And here's a trick. Yeah, this is not 2. Here's a trick I can show you. See, this 2 row, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I need to frog. I guess I did overboard. Frog too much. Okay, so I'm going to pick up stitches, but I'm going to recount it again. I think I have double on each. I counted again, but let's see. Okay, so I'm grabbing the 2 rows just like this, and I'm knitting them, and I'm going to the next 2 row, grabbing the 2, so 4 strands of yarn, and then knitting them again, 2 2, one at a time, knitting them, and then grabbing the next 2, grabbing the next 2, grabbing the next 2, and then pull it like this towards you. Grabbing 2, grabbing 2, 2, and then 2. Pull it nicely. Check the back, not to miss anything. Looks okay. So I'm going to give this to put this to this needle. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is this purl stitch, I'm going to move it to that other one because I need to frog on the next one. So I hope you understand it takes time to do this. But it would be great if you have a table, or you can put it on your knee, because I'm holding this like I'm holding it up while I'm trying to show it to you. Not in a good position at the moment. I will do this one. It's very easy. Like I said, the frogging, the pulling apart is the best part. Okay. I did the last one, but I'm just going to count it again. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. I got the last one. So we're going to start picking up stitches. So we're first 2, 2, 2, 2. Oops. Try to have them nice and even. Then when you're knitting them, just like this. I'm picking up the last one and pull it just like this. And then check the back always if you miss the row. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, so I'm going to give this to this, slide this stitch to this. Okay. And this is all to it, and then we continue doing, oops, all the way to the end, because there's lots of, maybe it will take you an hour, just an hour to finish this. Then we're going to finish it up. And then, I didn't show you so we're going to finish it up. This is how it's going to end up. It's going to be like a star. It's gonna look nice when it's finished and it's nice and soft. You just frog it. Okay, so I'll let you continue. To be careful, you need to have 2, 2, 2 every time you pick up 2 rows. You need to do 2 rows at a time, or else it won't look like this. It won't look nice and soft and fluffy like this. How gigantic it looks. Okay, so I will let you continue and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm at the last one. Just wanted to let you know, when you crochet 18 rows, you get 9 of this knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this last one 9. And if you want to count, you can count it like that too. Okay, so I'm at the last one here, and this last one hopefully will go nice and smooth. Okay, so I just grab 2 at a time, 2 rows at a time, and I just knit them just like this, nicely. 2 at a time. Just like this. Then I'm going to pull it at the end. Just the first and the last one is kind of challenging. But if you do it on your knee, if you put it on the table, it's way easy because I'm holding it like this. It's a little bit. I'm going to take this last stitch because it's pulling down. Okay. These last 2. Just going to grab this last stitch because it has been pulling. Just like this. Okay, I'm going to put these last 2 stitches on the needle and I will show you. Okay, so we're done. Okay, the last thing what we're going to do is we're going to be knitting 2 stitches at a time to decrease in half. Okay, so I'm just gonna slide this one here, and then I'm gonna knit this and this together just like this, purlwise, and be careful. You will notice, okay, we don't want to twist, so this is how we're going to do it. Knit these together, purlwise, yarn on the front. Just put your finger like this. The reason I'm doing it this way because I don't want to twist the knit stitch. Just to show you. Okay, this didn't work. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to knit it like this. So 2 together. Just like this, and then turn your work and look. Okay, this is what I want to see. I want to see the nice V. Okay, to do that again, what we're going to do is we're going to hold this stitch like this and then put this here. Then we're going to knit these together, or you can use a crochet hook. Either way would help. So this way you will see that this is nice, like the V. It's a little bit loose. Yep. And just pull it like this. See? That's what I'm trying to get. Trying to get that nice V. Nice knit stitch. Okay, so we're going to go to the next. We're going to repeat this one too. So hold it like this and then put the purl stitch. And this way you can see it won't twist or anything. We don't want to have it twist. And you just knit them together like this. I think this is way easy. This way you can see what you're doing. Yeah. It's tricky. But the finished look is fantastic. What do you guys think? So again, you just hold this on your finger. Or you can do finger knitting. Just like this. Yeah, but it's a little bit tight because the purl stitch is tight compared to the knit stitch. And you just pull it. Pull these yarn just like this. And it gives you this nice knit stitch. Same as here. Okay, we're going to do these two. You do them one at a time. One knit stitch, one purl stitch. And you put the purl stitch on the back. And then you plug in, or you can use a knitting needle if you don't have a crochet hook. You pull it like this and grab it back to the, try to have the stitch facing like this. Like I don't want to have it twisted. That's what I'm trying to do. Hold this again nicely, and then you hold the purl stitch on the back. Then you knit it like this. I think this is way easier than trying to purl them. So continue doing this all the way to the end, and then we're finished. So this is the last part, and we're just gonna sew these together. And I will show you how to do that. The more you knit this, the better you will become. That's all I can say. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the last knit and purl stitch. I'm holding it like that, and I think this is way easier. This way the knit stitch doesn't get twisted. Ta-da! And now what? We're done! Oh my goodness! I think this one's longer. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the yarn. And I need a tapestry needle. Just grab that. So I just cut it. I don't want it that long because we don't need that much yarn. And what we're going to do is we're going to go between each stitch just like this. So one at a time. One at a time. And let them go. So these are, so pull it like this. And this is all to it. Pull it like this. Each stitch one at a time. This is how it looks like. Ta-da, we're done. Okay, so you pull it nicely, and then the middle will turn like a star. And then just to secure it, you just grab the last knit stitch like this and then tighten it. And this is how it becomes. You just close it tight as you can and then go between just to secure it. And then we're done. And then you just go between like a mattress stitch. So we're sew it up. Mattress sewing method. Go between just like this. See how it looks like? And then what I did is I grabbed another tapestry needle and I secured it because I don't want it to go up and down, just to be on the safe side. This is just a tip, you don't have to do it. So I grab this and I start sewing on the both sides. So this way it would be equal on both sides, just like this. Then you just pull it. Okay. I will let you sew it up and I'll be right back. Ta-da! I finished it. Sewed it up. So this one is a little bit higher than this one. Just that 2 rows made a big difference. So let me just measure it. So it's very soft. So it's just about 9.5 inches tall. It's high compared to this one. This one is like 8 inches. So I hope you like this tutorial. Here we go. This is how it looks like. So fluffy, it's so squishy. It's not fluffy, it's just squishy and soft. I would highly recommend for you to try it. I hope you like this tutorial. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, share it with your family and friends, and happy knitting!